officially started so we can post the time. All right. So here we are. This is a big night tonight. I am so very excited to have these 4 incredible guests on with us tonight. You guys, I have an enormous business. I have a huge business. After 10 plus years of being in It Works, I see so many incredible leaders rise up in our organization. And I got to tell you, we have the cream of the crop with us tonight. When I got into my E-suite and I looked at reports the other day, I was literally mind blown at what is happening with these individuals and their teams tonight. So I am so beyond proud and humbled to be able to have each of you here tonight. So I just want to jump right into it. Let's see if I can get Sheila, if you could unmute. See if I can get you on my screen as my speaker. Let's see, for some reason, Wendy, I have you looking at me and I'm not sure why that is. Let's see if we can find Sheila here. Sheila, can you say something and maybe the screen will jump?
Are you? Can you see
there
me?
You are. Hello, beautiful. It's so good to see you tonight. Thank you so much for carving out some of your time to come here and share tonight. Sheila, I'm so excited for what you're doing in your business and where you're taking yourself and your team. I would love for you to just start by sharing, I don't know, give us like a minute of your personal story. I know that's not a lot, but I really want to get into the nitty gritty tonight with you.
Yeah, definitely. So I started this as a lot of us do, struggling, broke, tired of being broke, tired of working jobs that we didn't like. And it got to the point where I was having more month than money and I couldn't do anything about it. So I decided to jump into this business. I started out very, very skeptical, as a lot of people do, because I had a bad experience with the girl. But I decided that obviously nothing changes if nothing changes. So I've been in the business now for 3 years. And because of this business, we no longer have to rely on food banks. I don't take the bus anymore because we bought a second vehicle. We just got married this past June and we paid cash for it. I have been home for the last 2 summers with my girls because I can afford to. And I have been able to, we're actually expecting our baby boy in March. And it will be the first time where I'm actually able to stay home full time and not have to rely on daycares or EI or assistants or anything like that. So super excited for
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations on the upcoming baby. I don't think I realized that. So that's amazing news. And, you know, I loved something that you just said, and that is if nothing changes, nothing changes. So here's what I want to hear from you, Sheila, is what are you doing in your business today to enroll at the level that you're enrolling? I mean, the last time I looked at the 4-in-1, you were one of the top on there, and I saw, I think you had 12 customers at that time, and this was like right before Thanksgiving, and then maybe 5 distributors. Does that sound right?
Yeah, so my numbers, I actually ended at 28 customers and 8 distributors last month. And I actually closed out my second round of Christmas cash.
Oh my God, congratulations. How insane is this? Like, I mean, it's just truly incredible. Okay, so tell us what you're doing, because those are great enrollments. And, you know, I've never been a top enroller as far as getting recognition and accolades and things like that. I've always been very consistent in my enrollments. But I know that there's a lot of people listening to you right now that would freaking die to have those kind of enrollments in their business. So tell us what you're doing. What's your secret?
So, I mean, I wouldn't really say they're secrets. I feel like, I mean, we all do the things, if not some of them. I still do, obviously, the consistent posting, showing my face in my stories, putting my story out there, and just I've learned to be a lot more vulnerable. Being vulnerable on social media was always something that I was a little bit iffy about, but I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm going to go live, I'm going to share my story, and it's going to reach whoever it reaches. And I was actually someone who was super against doing the videos, like TikToks, Reels, all that stuff, because I just didn't want to look stupid, I guess, to say. And then I decided, because I felt like I was working a dead business, not in the sense that I wasn't ever enrolling, but my enrollments weren't where I wanted them to be. wasn't where I knew they could be. So I decided like 3 months ago that I would do the videos anyways. And my signature thing is I tell my team all the time, just do the damn reel. Do the damn reel, and like regardless of how you feel or how you think that you look, like it's going to pick up traction and it's going to get you something. So I started doing them about 3 months ago. I do an average about 3 to 5 a day. If I don't get that up, I usually ramp it up and I'll do maybe 7 or 8 to fill in the gaps of what I didn't do. And a lot of my content is based on my 5 pillars. So I don't do all product, I don't do all business. I do things about, well, one of my favorite things is annoying my husband. The second thing is, that's who the
I love that.
The second thing is women empowerment. I'm all about like just telling women to straighten their crown, be the queen that you are, all that good stuff that everybody loves. And then, of course, being a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that a lot of that kind of content is what brought in my followers and everything like that. My following on Facebook went from 360 people to 35,000 in 3 months.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow, that's insane, girl. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have about like 4 or 5 videos that are over 2 million views. It's absolutely crazy how much exposure you can get by honestly just putting yourself out there. And that's honestly what helped me close out both rounds of my Christmas cash, was doing the video content and then staying consistent on my page and popping in business and product here and there. Because once they come into your network, they're going to follow you and they're going to see all of your other stuff filter through their timeline. And then that brought everybody else. That's what brought them to my business posts and my product posts and stuff like that.
Wow. I mean, I'm just honestly mind blown. And all of that happened more or less over these last 3 months when you made that decision. Is that right?
Yes. So I would say about 3 months ago, I probably signed 4 customers a month, maybe 1 distributor every couple months. So that's what I meant by like working a dead business. Things slowed down for me.
Yeah.
And then I started doing the video content and I don't know, things just skyrocketed. Like it was insane.
Are you guys freaking hearing this? Like this woman has completely transformed her following, her enrollments, all aspects of her business by taking those 5 pillars that she just gave to you, that you can turn around and duplicate or figure out your 5 pillars. Obviously, 2 are staples, the product and the opportunity, right? And then you just decided, what the heck? Who cares if I look like a fool, right? You just start doing these things. So, okay, let me ask you this. Like when you very first started, because I know there's some people on here, myself included, I have not engaged in like all of those, the things where you do the voiceovers, you know, somebody else has the recording and you do those funny things. Like I've just not done that yet. Like I feel almost like I don't know how to do it. And I know there's other people that feel that way. So what were a couple of the first things that you did to kind of create this breakthrough for Sheila, like so that you could take your whole life to the next level?
In terms of like the videos?
Yeah. Like what were the first things that you said, okay, I'm doing this, and boom, you started doing it? What were some of the things that you did?
I started by doing more product stuff.
Okay.
I take videos of myself making my coffee or taking the cleanse, and then I would just do a regular voiceover over my video saying like, this is my secret to how I lost 52 pounds, talks about what it is and all that stuff. And then I found that I wasn't really getting the traction that I thought I would. So that's when I really basically honed in on, okay, what do I want to bring to people? What do I want people to see? Who do I want people to think that I am?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started to incorporate just like funnier things, like funny videos, doing the voiceovers of other people's audio.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really blew it up for me, because the funny thing is that my husband, he used to be a professional golfer in Vancouver.
Oh.
And he goes golfing every week. And one of his golf buddies was actually just like, so is your wife a millionaire yet? Because I see her all over my social media. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And it's just basically people making shareable content, things that people will relate to or find funny is what will take off your business.
Wow. I just know that you have given so much hope to some on here who have not yet taken those steps. And I think right now, like where we are, here we are in the beginning of December, right? We're closing out what's been one heck of a year, y'all, hasn't it? Like applause to every single one of you who are here, because this hasn't been an easy year. And I'm not saying specifically for our company or for us, just for everyone. So you're still here, but we're closing out a year and moving into the next year. And I have always said that this is like December, this time of year right now is like a giant diving board. You're getting yourself in position for where you're going to launch your business in 2022. So every move you take right now, if we follow Sheila's tips that she just provided us and we start doing those things now, can you imagine in the biggest freaking time of our business in the spring of this next year where your business will be? Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you a gazillion times over for sharing, for just being so open and candid. And I just feel like you're so real. You're so just naturally who you are. And I think that's what's the most important that each and every person embraces, is just to be who they are, right? Go out there and be you. Any last tips that you might want to share before we move on?
This is something that I don't know if we have fairly new people on here. But for anyone who's brand new and feels like you just can't do it, just do it. Just do all the things. And I always tell everybody who comes into my business, if you were to go to a regular like 9-to-5 job and you were to apply, you get a 90-day probation period. Would you half-ass everything during that 90 days when they can fire you for no reason? Or would you go all out and do all the things to make sure that you're successful and you get to keep this job? You know, so that's my one tip. That's what I tell everybody who feels like, oh, like, I don't know, a weekend and nothing's happening. Just hold on to that.
Girl, that is pure gold, pure gold. What an expert. My gosh, I cannot wait to see where your business goes in 2022, 2023 and beyond. You're going to build a heck of a dream. I can just feel it. Truly amazing. Thank you, Sheila. Okay, gosh, I want to make the most of this time. I could just go on and on. Courtney, if you will, can you unmute for us and then say something so you pop up on the screen?
Hello.
Hi, beautiful. I'm so excited to chat with you tonight. Okay, so let's start with, 60 seconds of your personal story, and then we'll go from there.
It sounds good. So hi, I'm Courtney, and I was 3 years ago, I started this business, and I was a broke, overtired, overworked high school teacher. And because I needed extra money, I was also a server on evenings and weekends. My husband worked in the United States. I'm in Canada. I never saw him. At like probably every 3 to 6 months, I would see him, and then I would see him for chunks at a time, unpaid, visiting him, spending money, and it was just really hard on our relationship. So I was looking for a way of earning a stream of income while I was with him, so it could alleviate some stress on our relationship. And I had tried a few things before this, and I saw Jackie Deering posting about it, and I poo-pooed her, and I was like, it's a scam, or I said all the uneducated things. And then I actually actively started watching her, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just posting about health and wellness products. Okay, I think I can do this. And then I reached out to her one day, and then she followed up a million times, and I joined, and here I am, literally working full-time from my phone with my husband full-time, which has never happened. And in our industry, in the baseball industry, he's in professional baseball. In our industry, the wives never see their husbands. They live apart majority of the time. And I just am like, everybody should be doing this, because if you what is more important than obviously your health, but your family, that's literally everything, right? So for me, I get, I'm the healthiest I've ever been because of our products. And then I get to be full time with my hubby. And we just took our, I call it a retirement trip. We went full blown. We just did whatever we wanted. We went to Italy and toured all the places, didn't say no to anything. We took our retirement trip, all funded by It Works, which never, ever, ever could have happened if I did not say yes 3 years ago and kept going, even with, if I lost rank or my check went down, I just kept going forward. Siempre avanti, always going forward. And because of I said yes, every month, every day, we got to do that trip, and it just keeps getting better. And I love this business so much.
Oh my gosh, like I love that. And don't forget about Coco. You took your dog on this incredible trip. Where all did you go? Because I've watched you and followed you, but where all did you travel on this trip? Like, give some vision here for what this experience was like for you.
This is like, okay, for like Coco flew first class, you guys. Like Coco got to fly first class, so we could just afford the vet things, the vaccines for her, the paperwork. We're like, whatever, she can come. And so she came with us. We went to Tuscany, and we love our wine. We ate all the food. We went to smaller towns, and then we went to the best is called Sorrento, and it's the Amalfi Coast. Okay, yeah. I'm talking the blue ocean, pasta, pizza, vino, the most beautiful people you've ever met. It was just an epic trip, and the culture, the food, everything was just amazing.
Seriously, like just phenomenal. And you have maximized that experience in all of your social media platforms too. And I love that. And that's something that I think sometimes we don't really think about, but when we have experiences like that, it doesn't have to be an enormous trip like what Courtney was able to do, but any time that we get away, any experiences, take tons of video and then use that in your social media. Like, you've gotten so good at that, Courtney. Okay, so we had time together a couple times in this last year. We got Winner's Circle time together, and that was so cool. I learned so much about you. And just really got to kind of see vision grow for you at that experience. And then we had conference too. And there was a couple of things I think that you pulled out of that. And I would love for you to share what you learned that you've turned around and implemented. Because I remember one, and I'm not going to say you were whining, but there was this time, and I'm going to let you tell that part of the story, because I think it's so cool how you too have transformed in these last months. Amazing.
Okay, yeah, that was, yeah, you know what? It was, you guys, let me just tell you something. Always be grateful, because I'll never forget it. I was sitting around the fire with the girls, and I was like, oh, I only have 5,000 followers. I was watching people just like, explode with 2 million views. And I was pumping out 3 to 5 reels a day, 3 to 5 TikToks a day. And I was just feeling discouraged. Like, I'm doing everything that everyone's telling me to do, and I'm not getting the results that I want. But lo and behold, like the next day, my Instagram stopped working, and I was like, oh, the universe is telling me to be grateful. So be grateful, and be like, don't forget where you started, first of all, and then just keep going forward, because we all have that moment maybe where you're not getting the results that you want, and you kind of like start questioning and doubting, and the fear starts coming in. Wash that away and just go massive action. So that's what I did. And then I'll never forget, Morgan and Shay had the content creator kind of Zoom on conference, and talked about what type of content you should be producing. And I'll never forget, it really just hit home. I was like, I am totally posting stuff that does not align with me. I remember deleting videos because I'm like, oh, that's not even me. I'm just like, it just felt icky. It didn't go with the flow of who I was as a person. So I remember deleting videos and just starting kind of from scratch with things that really just are me in my daily life. So you think of your 5 pillars. I just think of my everyday boring life, and I'm like, well, I'm making food right now. I guess I'll just show the food that I'm making. You know what I mean? Because the food I make is probably different than the average person's food because of my situation. And so I just started making content that really was, it was like a niche kind of thing. And I'm like, there's people out there that are just like me that want this content. So I'm going to put it out there. And I literally started putting it out there. And on the 29th of September, I had a couple go viral, not Jackie Deering, not Shayla Vol, but like viral. I'm talking like just like really small, but it got a lot of comments, and a lot of people I funneled over to my Facebook. And so they were interested in what I was interested in. So we were besties from TikTok. I got them onto Facebook and Instagram. They're watching my stories every day. They're watching my posts every day. Plus, I'm asking to host a post for me. And then that led to me getting all those customers last month, because they came from the video content that everyone keeps saying to do. And I was like, okay, I got to have the faith and trust and believe this is going to work. And it has worked, and continues to get comments to this day, months later, which is wild.
So crazy. So, okay, couple things. So what happened to your 5,000 followers that you started being more and more grateful for? What happened with that?
It's so crazy. I'll never forget. I'm sure like a few of you, like just when something goes viral, you're kind of like, wait, what? Oh, you get so excited. It's now 18.4K thousand, which I'm super, super grateful for. And I have a goal of getting to 20,000 on TikTok for Christmas. That's my Christmas present to myself. So I'm going to work really hard to get there. And I think like visualizing a number that you want in mind will keep you going every day also. Like when you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I bothering? Just like have a goal in mind for Christmas or whatever you want, and really make sure that your content is giving value. So like I personally post about my low carb, gluten-free stuff because it's better for my autoimmune disease. So I'm putting it out there every day, just what I'm making for lunch or dinner. And you guys, the silliest videos get crazy comments. So just make sure that whatever you're doing, be like, you know what, this is me. I'll never forget, Rhonda, you posted a garbage truck trying to like grasp onto the thing, and it got so many views.
Wasn't that so crazy? You just never really know, do you? But I think, I mean, honestly, for me, Courtney, it was like an aha kind of moment when, not only when you said it tonight, but when we had this conversation, a couple of weeks ago about the fact that you started just doing the things that were true to you. So not necessarily taking somebody else's clip art that they've created and posting that in your story when it's not authentic to who you are. So cooking is your thing. You got to cook, you got to make meals for yourself. And look what that did for your business because you were engaging in who you are and what was authentic. I think that's amazing. Now, one of the things that I failed to mention here was your enrollments for last month. Would you just shout it out? I know what it is, but I want you to tell everybody what your business, how your business has exploded.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So as of last night, I set a goal to get 2 customers a day. Like that was just a goal. So at the beginning of the month, I set my intention. I was like, I really want to get 2 customers a day. And I got 57 loyal customers as of last night in that month, which I almost hit my goal. So I was like, woohoo, I'm so excited. Like they always say like, oh, shoot for the moon and then you land amongst the stars.
Yes, girl. Yes.
I'm super happy with that. 5 distributors joined my team, and I set new intentions for this month, but like, I'm just like excited. And I feel like anyone can do what we're doing. Like literally everyone on this Zoom tonight can do this. It is duplicatable. You have to just stay strong and keep going.
That's so incredibly powerful and so true. And I think that's, just from listening to Sheila and now listening to you, that's what you guys are teaching us tonight. That's what you're sharing is just 100% do you. And Sheila had mentioned that she lost 55 pounds. By the way, another round of applause, insane, amazing. And Courtney, you too have a personal story. So how many pounds have you lost with your weight loss coffee and products that you've been using?
Oh my gosh. So 20 for me. And it has I feel like I'm short. And so that was a lot on my body. And I feel like not only the pounds are great, but for me, it's the feeling waking up and feeling like good, because there was days before I started our products that I would wake up and feel like I just felt lethargic and just, I wasn't taking care of myself. Now I'm, our products really do bring that vitality back, that, I don't know, that sense of well-being, and just, I don't know, like I will never not take them. Like I need them.
I love that. I love it. And, I think that is also something that is conveyed through conversations. It's one thing to get a bunch of followers and to even sign customers or have people join your team. But when they know that it's more than just making a sale, that this is legit who you are, just like what you're representing online. Oh yeah, I use these products every day. This is my thing. This is my skincare line. These are the products that have helped me. That personal testimonial is so powerful. So is there any last little nuggets that you would like to share? Maybe your biggest tip, something that you could share that everybody could walk away with tonight?
Okay, so mine's going to be like, obviously mindset. That's the number one thing. If you do not think you can do something, you're not going to do it. So check your mind, make sure you're investing in personal development, whatever it may be. But number 2, you guys, hap your little hearts out. Now I know everyone has had success differently, but for me, if I can try to get anywhere from 5 to 20 post up with new people on my Facebook every day, my business booms. absolutely hardly can keep up with my phone because I'm so excited of all the people I'm talking to. And like, let me just say this, if you knew that you could get one customer for every 5 hats you put up, how many hats would you put up a day? Would you settle for 5 or would you go for the 20? Like, you know, like I'm addicted.
Yeah.
It's like we get paid for this game of hat. Like it's a little game with myself. Like how many can I get up today? Like it's just, and it's duplicatable for your teams. So just do hat. Okay. Do hat.
I love it. Be like Courtney. I love it. This is so wonderful. You are so amazing. And I'm just so grateful for you. And I'm grateful for your willingness to share, but also just, it's so cool to see, you know, people who have been with us for a couple of years, just, you know, moving along, things are going fine, right? It's not like business is in the toilet, but you're plunking along. And then all of a sudden you make a decision that freaking transforms how your business operates. So incredible. Thank you. Love you so much. Love you so much. This is so great. You guys are seriously amazing. All right, next we're going to find Maggie. Where are you, Maggie? Maggie. Unmute for me and say hello, darling. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm right here.
There you are. Car tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually at my mom's. She just moved like 30 minutes up the road for me. So I'm like, I was like, I gotta go to my car.
Well, I love it. And thank you for coming out to the car tonight so that you could share with us. This is so cool. I'm so excited to hear from you as well. I know that you too have made some incredible strides in your business recently. Your enrollments are looking super fine. What did you end up with at the end of last month, Maggie?
Last month I had 5 distributors and 8 customers.
Okay, so is there anybody on this Zoom right now? Drop a fire emoji if you would love to duplicate what Maggie did. Okay, like if 5 distributors in your business would just like transform how you look at your business. And I think that's one of those things that when we have distributors joining our team, and I love those fire emojis, the bottom line is that it gives us energy, doesn't it? Like that fire is real. It's like we get more excited when we have people coming on board that we have to teach and to train and to be excited and partner with. So tell us about 60 seconds of your backstory too, if you would, please.
Sure. So for those of you guys that don't know me, you guys are like distracting me with the fire emoji. I am Maggie. I'm 27. I'm a cat mom, fiance, and I live in Florida. 2.5 years ago, I actually saw Courtney Bowman posting on Facebook about how she was making money from her phone. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? I'm over here slaving away 50, 60 hours a week at a job with bosses that hate me. And well, I don't know if they did or not, but it felt that way because of the way they treated me. And I was trading so much of my time, missing out on time with like my fiance at the time. He was my boyfriend and we were like trying to buy a house and then spending so much time apart. So it was like, even though we got a new house, we couldn't enjoy each other. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I can't even afford a date night and my credit card bills, but I'm working with a salary overtime with no overtime pay. And so when I saw her, it literally took me less than a week to join her in the business. And I'm really glad that I did because it really just like opened my eyes to my own potential and the potential of other people that I could possibly help too. And so after 8 months of doing this business part-time, I was able to stay home full-time in the middle of the pandemic, which was like dope.
Right?
Because I worked with people out in the public and I was like out in the public at trade shows. And so it was like my anxiety went from, you know, like, oh, maybe I'll get through this to like, holy, like F, I don't know how I'm gonna ever be able to like go back. So I've just been doing this full time ever since and I love it here. So.
Well, I love that. And I absolutely love you. I got the pleasure of getting to know you for our last conference that we did, fall conference. And then we spent some time down in Destin together and it was amazing and wonderful. And, you know, I just want to toot your horn real quick because the overall experience Maggie, what you bring to the table is a total, complete sense of community and sisterhood. And you openly share with everyone, just as everybody's doing on this Zoom tonight. And I just want you to know that that is so appreciated, because your impact, the things that you're willing to share and talk about in your personal journey, sharing that just really makes a difference in the rest of our lives too. So thank you for that.
You're gonna make me cry. Can you not?
Me too. I started to get a little choked up, but I won't do it. I promise I won't do it. But I just want you to know that you truly are appreciated in that way. There's a lot of love for Maggie. All right. So as far as what has happened in your business and how you're bringing these people into your business, how you're enrolling 5, I'm going to just focus on the 5 distributors, because I think for the vast majority of people, we can all sign. Okay. Let me just back up. Anybody can sign 4 customers. Anybody can. If you put your mind to it and you ask the right questions, anybody can sign 4 customers. But I think there's a lot of people that have a little bit of a block, a mindset block on bringing in distributors. So what are your secrets to your success on your enrollments? What are you doing and how are you doing it? Lay it out for us, girl.
Well, not to toot my own horn, but I signed 2 distributors today, so off to a great start. But basically what I do is just like you said, I'm just an open book pretty much. Like, I talk about where I came from, like the nasty, like bad background, like, but to a certain extent, right? I talk about it in a sense that it's a testimony and not like coming from a negative place, but a place of inspiration. And so I try and do that. I focus on that and just being myself, and doing all the things in business. I do TikTok, I do Reels, and I do host a post on Facebook and Instagram now, actually. But that's basically what I do, and just like showing up every day, showing my face, showing my life, what I'm doing, just being a real human being. Like, you have to be human, not a robot. And I feel like that's what really just like attracts people.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And I see your TikToks. I'm one of those TikTok stalkers. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'll go scroll through the feed and I'll be like, what do I need to do? I mean, and then here comes Maggie. And because I always show you love every time you pop up in my feed. I always show you love. So when it comes to doing your TikToks, your Reels, let's not talk host and post specifically right now, but what are you doing with those in your conversation? So like, are you doing an opportunity type of TikTok and then people respond to you? What's the next step? Like,
how so on TikTok specifically, I will reach out to them. So I always put a call to action in my video, whether it's to fill out the application that's in my bio. So if you don't have your influencer application that was given to us by It Works, I highly recommend using it and like linking it on all of your social media, because you never know when somebody's like being a stalker and they click the link and they're like, oh, maybe I'll just like fill this out. But so I have that in my bio. So I'll put a call to action. I either tell them to follow me and comment like income or VIP or whatever on the video, or I'll tell them to fill out the application. And so from there, I'll reach out directly to them. And I'm just like, hey, it's Maggie, saw your application / comment, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give you information on how to make an extra income from your phone like me. Have you ever heard of network marketing, or are you familiar with it? And so from there, they're either like yes or no. And my response is always like, I'll show them everything, every step of the way. I talk about like, basically, I share my results with the products and the business on my social media. It makes it easy for me to find people to like who are interested. And then from there, I help them get started. And so I'm like, I have a video on Facebook because Jackie was like an angel and created an opportunity Facebook group page for our team. And she just has a quick 20-minute video in there that just kind of explains her story, the background of the business, and like the products that we have and how much it costs to get started, and kind of like an overview of what we do. The croc shuffle. I bring all the boys to the yard with that,
too,
or
yeah.
the lady, you know?
Yeah.
And so from there, I get them into the group. So I get them on Facebook. They get into the group, they watch the video. I just send them a voice note talking about how excited I am, give them like a quick, literally within a minute, like watch the video. I've been doing this 2.5 years. I'm so excited. I can't wait to like hear your thoughts, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they come back to me, and we just have like a simple conversation. And I'm just like, oh my God, you finished the video. What's your favorite part? Do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started? So like I keep it very simple, and I'm like making sure the conversation is very controlled and going in the same direction every single time. And then so usually they're like, oh, I'm ready to get started or want to know how. And I give them pricing information again, even though the video covers it. And then they either say yes or they can't afford it yet. And then I either follow up or they sign up.
I love that. And, you know, quite honestly, I mean, the call to action for me is everything. That's the most important step. I think, you know, we can post and we can do videos and we can do all the things, but if we're not actually asking and dialing that down so that we can get that yes, then it's almost like time wasted. So I love that you do that. And you know what else I love is how you're just off the cuff. You know, you're having conversation. I love the fact that you use the freaking voice note. Like, I don't know if you guys feel the same way that I do, and I don't intend to offend anyone, but I'm not a fan of copy and paste. I think it robotizes us. It makes us less human, and people cannot really connect with us on that level. But sending a voice note, Wendy, who's a Ruby, who's on here tonight, she just started sending 30-second videos for Host to Post. So just getting in somebody's face and saying, hey, and giving the information through a video to personalize that experience. And yesterday she got, I think it was 12, correct me if I'm wrong, 12 Host to Post up by doing that, whereas she hadn't been having that experience before. So, you know, sometimes we just have to do different things and to create those connections. So Maggie, what would be one tip straight from you, straight from the heart, straight from your experience of what you've been growing in your business that you could share with us tonight?
Biggest tip is just listen to the people that are having success. Like, success leaves clues. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The people that are having success and enrolling, they've done most of the trial and error, and they're literally giving it to you like it's on a silver platter. So it's like, am I gonna go over here and dig through this pile of hay and hope I find the needle? Or am I gonna go to this like silver spoon that's like, feed me, right?
Right.
I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah.
So biggest tip, just listen to the people that are having success, because if you do what they do, you're eventually gonna get the same results.
Exactly. I love that. So brilliant. So just so good. Congratulations on all of your success and enrollments and already starting this month on the right foot. You're amazing. I'm so excited that you took the time tonight. Thank you, Maggie.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Yay. All right. Okay. And we're going to end this Zoom tonight with the queen herself. Where are you, Jackie? Speak to me, girl.
Hi.
There you are. I'm just watching you out of the corner of my eye, and you're just beaming with pride, watching your team share their successes. And I know that means the world to you. So I just want to recognize you tonight as honestly just truly amazing. Like, oh, it makes me emotional, and I wasn't going to do this tonight, but you are really special. You have a gift. And you pour into your team like I've never seen before. Sorry. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm very proud of you, Jackie. And you are freaking killing it in this company. And you must be #1 in all of Canada, if not all of international. And I just want you to know that I'm so very proud of you. And I know your team is too. Come on, you guys, give it up for Jackie, because she's going to lay it out strong tonight for to finish out this Zoom. And you know, she is the nurturer of these women tonight. So they're just simply a reflection of you. I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna cry. Oh my God, I don't know where this came from. I don't even have periods anymore. Like, what the F, you know?
I needed a warning for this. I'm like, I got Botox in my face. I can't cry. Dang. All right.
That's hysterical. Well, I'm so happy to have you here tonight. So let's just like get to it, Jackie. There's a lot of people that don't really know you. They don't know your backstory. You've been with It Works now for what, like 4 years?
5 years in May.
5 years. Oh my gosh. Okay. So do me a favor and, spend maybe the next 2 minutes talking about your backstory.
For sure. Thank you for that introduction. That was like the sweetest thing ever. And I am just like really proud of all you guys. Like, thank you for, like, this was awesome. This is like kind of like a tricky moment for me. Thank you. But okay, so my story, I'm going to keep this really short. 5 years ago, I found this lady that lived 3 towns over that added me for some random reason. And I watched her and I was skeptical. She did this business. I was like, I'll never do this business. But things change, right? Every 6 months, people go through something that something changes. And for me, I found out I was pregnant and I was like, okay, I really got to find a way to make an income from home. So I didn't think about all my friends that had tried every company under the sun. I thought about this one random lady that lived in, 3 towns over from Kamloops, BC, that had 2 kids that literally nobody knows except Laurel, because that's how quick the moment was. But we joined this random lady. She left 2 weeks later. And we just decided like, okay, we're either going to quit or we're going to go. And it's cool seeing Laurel on here, because I'm like, it was just like this decision where we're like, we're going to go. And we just took quitting off the table and figured it out. And 5 years later, here we are. And it's just been really cool. So that's my story, the short version. There's been lots of ups and downs, but It Works is awesome. So it's
well, you know what? There's a couple things that I love about that, because people do quit. My upline or my enroller quit too. So what would you say to somebody maybe who, because I know that aspect of your climb, if you will, wasn't always easy, because you really didn't feel like you had a person, that you could go to. Like you didn't have a strong, super strong upline connection. So what would you say to somebody who might be experiencing that same kind of thing? Maybe, they ditched, and like, how did you persevere that?
I feel like I have 2 answers to this. The first one is like the correct, nice answer, which is like, you didn't join this business for them. You know what I mean? Like, you joined this business for your family. You joined this business for your kids or your future kids or your husband or your wife or the give back or whatever you joined for.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't join for your enroller. You know what I mean? So like, at the end of the day, you can't put your success or failure on anybody but you. And so I would say, as I look back, I remember being very frustrated and almost, I was actually saying this on a call yesterday with Marina. I reached out to Rhonda twice when I started, before I went Ruby, saying I was going to quit. And it was just like, you either do it because you have all these reasons not to, or you just, you work because you joined for a reason. The second thing that I would say is, prove them wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I had this fire in me that I was like, oh, you want to go leave to sell ketones? I'm going to be the number whatever in this company, and like, prove them wrong. You know what I mean? The grass isn't, prove them wrong. So if you, a little feisty, sorry, I know.
That's good.
You don't have an enroller here, like, put on a show. You don't need them. Go be super successful. Everything that you need is here. So that's what I would say.
Yes. So good. So I know as we were listening to the other gals talk about their experiences and what they're doing, obviously you're kind of the leader of the pack. So I know that you were one of the first people in our entire company, like, to jump on TikTok. So I would just love to hear from you, from the horse's mouth, like, tell us what to do. Tell us what you do. Like, Jackie, how many of these videos do you do a day? Or maybe when you first started on TikTok, how many videos were you doing a day? How many posts do you do? How many this, how many that? Like, just lay it all out. Yeah, I know, viral all over the place. Like, I love your TikTok.
Kind of controversial sometimes, so don't judge me. But
that's okay.
I just had this, okay, I'll tell you kind of what happened. Renee, a lot of you guys know Renee. She had said to me probably a year ago, she's like, I keep hearing Gary Vee say, get on TikTok. And just like Maggie said, success leaves clues. Like, really, at the end of the day, like, what's that? There's a quote that's like, the rich keep getting richer because they look at things as an opportunity. The poor will stay poor, or the people with a poor mindset will stay poor because they think everything's a scam. So like, when I hear over and over and over again, this is working. And I don't know if you guys have heard it enough tonight, but like, this is working. Yeah. It leaves clues. So I just said, you know what? you know, I think at that point, I wouldn't say I was at a funk in my business, but I was at a point where I was like, I need to shift, I need to pivot. And I think the best way to get out of like a funk or get out of like a place of knowing you need to switch the results up is to shock your system. Like you literally have to shock your system. It's like having an ice bath. Like you have to shock the system. So I heard this, all the things, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start doing TikToks consistently, which ended up to me just saying, I'm going to do 5 a day. I don't care about the results. I'm just going to pump out 5 a day. So I'm going to pump out 5 TikToks a day. I would rather do, you know, more 4 out of 10 content than 1 10 out of 10 content. I don't dance. I'm not coordinated. Like I would just rather put it out there and one of them will go. It's like if you go fishing, like would you rather have 1 fishing, you know, thing in the water or like 20 fishing rods in the water? Like you're probably going to catch more fish if you have 20 fishing rods in the water. So anyways, I'm going to keep this like the short version, but essentially what it has evolved to is I said, I'm going to do 5 a day. So I do 5 TikToks a day. I'm going to save you some time on what I've learned recently. Batch film these TikToks. Like the thing is I didn't like start doing 5 a day at the beginning. Like you have to get comfortable with what you're doing. And then as you get better at it and as you do more of them, you'll be able to do these faster. But you know, with 5 a day, like I could pump out 5 in 45 minutes. And so actually I met with this lady that David recommended. I think I told you about this, Rhonda. And she just said, go through TikTok, find some videos that you want to create, find a leader that you like, blah, 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 go find videos that you can easily recreate. When you scroll down and you find these videos, send them to yourself in a messenger. So your messenger on Facebook is literally a file folder of all these TikToks that you've sent to yourself that you are going to recreate. When you click the video, the sound is there, the wording is there. You can remember, like, instead of saving a sound, does anyone here know what I'm talking about? Instead of saving a sound, you're like, what did I save that sound for? You just send it in the messenger and then you have a file folder of all these videos. And anyways, so 5 a day, do them, you know, put your 5 up on TikTok. After I get my 5 on TikTok, I just started putting 5 on Instagram, the same 5 on Instagram. And then this is the crazy part. Okay. So Facebook, who has Facebook Reels? Put it in the comment. Put like a 2 in the comments if you have Facebook Reels. Okay. So I didn't have Facebook Reels on my main account, my account that I work on. And maybe like 2 years ago, what had happened was I lost my main account temporarily for like a day. And so in that day, I freaked out, made a new Facebook account, had like 100 followers on it. And then they were all people on our team. And then I got my Facebook back. So now I never used that account. Anyways, figured out that account had Reels. Okay. It had Facebook Reels. So this account with 100 Facebook friends, literally all our team had Reels. So I took those same TikToks, just took the watermark off them. I have a video I can send you, Rhonda, that like literally it's like a 3-second process, how to get the watermark off, put them on Facebook on this other account with 100 friends. And this is how I've signed literally everybody. Like I'm not even enrolling people on my main account. I'm enrolling people on this other account. And I'm not saying you have to do 2 accounts. I'm just saying like, if you don't have Reels or if you have Reels, use Facebook Reels, you know, like, cause it works. Anyways, it just made me realize like this month we've probably signed 30 distributors or just shy of it. And they're pretty much all from this account with 100 Facebook friends and none of them know like exactly with it works. Like I'm just a random person with like a picture from 5 years ago. And so what that told me was like anybody can find success in Reels. You don't have to be like a top anything. You don't have to be in this company for a certain amount of time. You just have to put it out there. So I did 5 a day. All these Reels, I was sending it in my leadership chat today, like all of the Reels, like the lowest is like 5,000, like they'll just go. And if you look at mine, like my content, it's like bad, honestly, like it's not even good. Like people all day will make fun of me in the comments and I'm like, thanks for boosting my video. It's like, it just works. And so Reels and TikTok is, you know, it just, I don't know, it just made me realize like, obviously I use the same system that Maggie was talking about. So when people comment, I get them in that page. And it just made me realize like that account, I feel like this whole situation happened for me to be able to turn around and say like, no, you can do this, like any following, it doesn't matter. Just be willing to be really bad at it. Like you're going to be bad at it and then you'll be slightly better at it. And then you'll be kind of decent. And then it's like, you're all right. And then you're good. And then you're like a solid 4 out of 10. And you can enroll 30 distributors. And probably most of you can go further than 4 out of 10, you know, like, come on. But the Reels and TikToks, you guys, it's where it's at.
That's amazing to me. And you know, I think what I love the most about that is the fact that you have like 100 followers on there, because honestly, so many people, we get into that comparison mindset, and a new distributor who has, you know, whatever, you know, 100 followers on Instagram feels like, well, I can't do that because I don't have the thousands of followers that this person has, right? And so you've just shown us that you don't have to do that. It's just about that consistency and making a commitment to do it. That's freaking phenomenal. I love it. What a story. What a story. Like, you talk about making the things that we do super duplicatable. So what else, Jackie? What else can you tell us, you know, in Jackie's style? Like, talk to the person that might be on this Zoom tonight who is easily discouraged, who becomes frustrated when somebody says no, and they feel like, you know what, maybe this just isn't for me, and they take a break. They sit down and take a break. What would you say to that person if you were speaking face to face? Because you probably are somewhere here.
Well, this is what I think. I think you need to learn to rest and not quit, for real. Like, I've gone through some really, like, in the last 5 years, I feel like I've gone through a lot of stuff personally. I've gone through stuff with my team. I've gone through stuff where I'm frustrated with outside sources. I've gone through stuff where I'm frustrated with my results. Like, you're going to have it happen. You're going to have it happen at your job. You're going to have it happen through life, regardless of if you do this business. So I really just think it comes down to, like, how do you deal with, I don't want to say pressure, but like pressure. You're going to have, I think we can all agree that's a word we can use. Like, you're going to have pressure in your life.
Yeah.
To do you stay or do you take action? And I've just learned to get very clear on why I'm here. It's hard to be broke. It's hard to miss moments with our kids. It's hard to work this business. It's hard for someone to tell us that they think we're in a pyramid scheme. It's hard when your kids argue. It's hard to, like, go, like, you know, like, it's just like, it's hard. Like, it's just, there are things in life that are hard. So how are you going to deal with it? At the end of the day, I've just realized nobody's coming here to save you. No one's coming here to save me. I am going to work this business because life will happen whether or not I work this business. The grass is not greener over there. If anyone tries to tell you it is, it's probably turf. Like, water your grass, and you're to, like, take a break, you know, don't quit, because in this business, at the end of the day, if you truthfully want results, you can't be in and out. The reason, one, because your network now doesn't trust you. I went through a lot of stuff. I mean, like, Rhonda's got voice messages from me over the last 5 years. Rhonda can attest, okay? But even though I have things going on, or I'm pissed off at someone or whatever, I'm opening my doors for business, because the minute that you don't, you're not reputable. And I'm so sorry, but there will be other people out there that will be opening their doors for business, that will take your clientele. Like, it's just like business. Like, you almost have to take the emotions out of it, feel the things, feel the frustration, feel the feelings, but just know that, like, success in anything is brick by brick. And sometimes it's hard to lay a brick. Like, you put the one, like, you're just like, dang, that sucks. But, like, that's how a building is built. Like, you build it brick by brick. And so I've learned to walk at 30%. I've learned to walk at 50%. I've learned to show up, run at 80%, go at 100% when I need to, but I will never quit. Like, I just don't have it in me. And so I think you just have to decide, like, what happens if you quit? Okay, you get temporarily relieved of the pressure that may be on you, which probably will still be there regardless, based on, you know, just life. Like, you know, you don't work this business, but you'll probably have some other form of pressure, you know, that comes to you. I'm just thinking about my experiences. Like, I could have quit, but I would have had the pressure of trying to pay my bills, you know? So just know that anything worth having is a struggle and it's hard, but the way that you get good is you just keep doing it. Like, it's just like repetition. You know, people will sit and say, how do you pump out, you know, 10 TikToks or 5 TikToks in 30 minutes? Because I've been doing it for a year. You know what I mean? I've been doing it for a year. So, like, it doesn't, everybody has the same ability. Just be willing to be bad at something, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and be willing to show up when you don't feel like it. Discipline equals freedom. That's something that I keep, like, in the back of my mind. Like, you're not going to feel motivated all the time. Yeah, just won't. So learn to be disciplined, and discipline comes from, you know, just knowing why you have to do the things and what they'll get you, even when you don't feel like it.
You know, don't you think, I mean, it made me really laugh out loud when you said that you sent a lot of voice memos, and you have, and maybe that's part of the reason, Jackie, why I love you so much and why I respect you so much, because I know the kinds of things that you've been through in your business and in your life, and it's not easy, but you are one of the most resilient representations of what leadership really is. And, you know, some people have a fear, I think, of being a leader. They do the comparison thing and they say, well, I could never lead a team like Jackie Deering, you know, like what she does. But the truth of the matter is it's all progress and it's just growth. I mean, we have a kick butt compensation plan that is really just a personal growth plan. Don't you agree? Like the person you are today, the leader you are today, the business owner that you are today is substantially different than it was when you came into the business 5 years ago. Can you imagine if when you were Ruby and that conversation happened and you're like, I think you were actually Diamond, but it was like, I just don't think I can do this. Like, I don't think I can do this. But then you did the checkup from the neck up and decided to keep going. But can you imagine, Jackie, with all the good that you've experienced since that thought crossed your mind, can you imagine how different your life might look today if you had sat down and taken the bench instead of just paused and regrouped and moved forward? Like,
it's crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about, you know.
Yeah.
I talk to people all the time. Like I'll do like one-on-one calls. I'm thinking of someone. I'm thinking of someone recently, and I had done a one-on-one call with her, and she had kind of, I don't want to say she quit, but she was a distributor that had been in, and life happened, and we did a call, and she was like, dude, I like need this, and all this stuff had happened in her life, and she was like, I wish, like she had kind of had this aha moment of like, this could have been my saving grace right now, and I didn't. It's not, you know. And unfortunately, the moment that you plant the tree is not the time that you harvest, or whatever the saying is, you know what I'm trying to say. It's not when you eat the fruit or whatever. So like, it's like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Like, yes, you want an income right now, but what about in 5 years? What about in 10 years? Like, you have to think like that, especially with this new 4-in-1. Like, I know Rhonda can probably she can probably speak to it more than I can, that the way that we're building now and what they're encouraging us to do, like we really are creating such long-term residual, like legacy money, that it's just time that if you haven't, you just need to dig your heels in the ground and just decide, like you just make the decision and give yourself grace as you show up, and maybe fall some days, but you just got to keep going. And time is going to pass anyways. That's how I think about it, you know?
Right. But isn't that so true? I mean, time is going to pass. So why not spend it doing something that is going to not only grow you as a person, but grow you an income, and then additionally grow you a team and create, you know, I'm not a fan of the term influencer, and maybe it's just because of the you know, the time that I grew up. Like influencer to me is a little bit, I don't know, it's like a title, but that's what leaders do. That's what mothers do. Most of you have children on here. Like we are all influencers. It's just a matter of deciding how we're going to use that influence. So how do you want to use your influence? Do you want to make money with your influence? Do you want to change people's lives with your influence? You have the ability to do that right here, right now. So, okay, it's just about time for us to wrap up, Jackie. You are just such a gem. I know you have so many incredible words of wisdom. You just shared some with us. Give us one thing to take away from this Zoom tonight.
One thing to take away from this Zoom tonight. Hello. Okay, so if I had to give you just like one thing to take away, I would say shock your system. Just shock your system. Give yourself a 90-day plan. What are you going to do? Not what somebody tells you to do. What are you going to do? And like set it for yourself and set yourself up to win. Like give yourself a realistic expectation. Is it a checklist? Like how many TikToks do you want up a day? How many posts are you going to get up a day? How many stories? Like be specific. You know, I keep thinking about the strangest secret. There's a part in this 30-minute strangest secret YouTube video, and it's like, if you have 2 ships on the water, one with a plan, a destination, a crew, like a roadmap, a checklist, you're going to get there. If the other ship has no crew, no checklist, no destination, no roadmap, you're just going to waste your fuel. So coming into 2022, there's no better time to decide that you're going to take action, do it consistently. The biggest problem I think in network marketing is people do things for a spurt and then they stop. They spurt and it's like this, right? Just do it, go all out, put on a show, build a brand, get on TikTok. It's changing people's lives. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? So I would say just do it. And I'll send Rhonda, like I have a bunch of, like if you feel like you're just like, I don't know how to do TikTok, or if you do know how to do TikTok, okay, let me just say this. You can screen record as you make a TikTok on an iPhone with a voiceover. So this is how you're going to duplicate it through your organization. When you make a TikTok, you can screen record, do a voiceover showing your team exactly how to make that specific TikTok. So I have a bunch of them. I will send them to you, Rhonda, and just go copy everybody and just do the things. And then you'll get so excited. You won't even have to message anybody anymore. They'll just all come to you. So that's my advice.
Wow. Incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your talents with us. I mean, you're always so good with that. How many times do I inbox you, Jackie, I don't know how to do that, you know, but you're always there to explain and to share. And honestly, that's one of your gifts that I don't have. And so I just absorb and take it all in. I really appreciate that about you. So you're awesome. You guys have been so great tonight. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I'm going to give you guys just a little tip, something that I do, and you can do this too. You know, it's so fun when we do Zooms like this and we get to hear stories specifically from people. When the recording posts, watch the recording and take your cell phone and just record little snippets of some of these stories and put those into your stories or into your TikToks or whatever that looks like for you. But sharing, I just feel like sometimes when it's coming from just one person and that person may or may not connect with you, but when you hear a story of somebody else's experience or background, it can be really, really beneficial to opening that bigger picture of possibility. You know, we all speak different, look different, different ages, all the different things. So put that information out there and have fun and let's grow. The next 90 days, I think, are going to be phenomenal. What a launch pad we have right here in December. Let's have some fun. Continue with your success with your Christmas cash. Congratulations, all of you who have accomplished that. Jackie, how many rounds have you done? You've done two full rounds of 5,000?
2 full runs. I'm coming for 3. I'm trying to keep up Shayla and Courtney, so I'm coming for 3.
I love it. I love it. There's so much. We could spend all night sitting here talking about all these different things, but I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Have a great night. Let's kick some serious booty this month. Bye, sweetheart.